Let's go lift weights.
Okay. What was that? What was that, Mar?
Huh? That wasn't me. That was damage.
No. Somebody was.
Oh, that
there
was
was
Elaine.
Oh,
I was
Elaine?
giggling because the timing
of. I was giggling because the timing of the cheers on the track were like.
I see. Okay. All right. So Forrest waddles his way over to the weights and sees that there's various sort of.
I'm gonna stare at Rakana while I'm standing in front of the weights.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
At this point, Rakana's tried like all the different kinds of snacks while watching all the stuff.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It's like Cal's right there with her. It's like trying snacks and just getting entertained by the party.
Yep.
Okay.
Keep his following Forrest to the
Rakana, you have a +1 to your rolls for the rest of the day today, as does Cal.
Okay.
All right.
Trying the food when it was fresh.
But yeah, I'll follow over to the weights.
Okay. Forrest, are you attempting to will her to do something, or are you looking to challenge her directly?
I want to challenge her directly, but I'm not gonna do it verbally. I'm just gonna stare at her and then look down at the weights and look back at her.
Okay.
And with a giant smile on my face, I'm just gonna shake my head.
And repeat until she submits.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Rakana, you notice Forrest looking at you, and then back down at the weights, and then back at you, and then back to the weights, and it's clear that he either needs your help in lifting something heavy, or he's asking you what these things are.
Forrest, are you okay? Did the words like mess with your head or something?
He used up all his brain power.
Queso just starts chuckling to himself on the side.
A little bit out of character. You gotta realize, I've never been in social settings. Forrest was born and raised in the forest. He's lived in the forest his whole life.
Aww.
Your head
So
is
again,
kind of
it works out well. It's either he needs your help
so
lifting
funny.
something, or he doesn't exactly know what these things are. So that fits.
It's a thing that you lift.
Yes, you lift.
Yes, I can. Yeah, she'll go over and pick it up.
Okay. Do you want to start with the heaviest, or do you want to go, midway through? What do you want to do? There are 10 barrels of varying, that are clearly of different sizes, right? The largest barrel is actually quite big, and you don't really know what they're filled with, but you've seen most of the men who have gone and tried up until this point probably stop around barrel 6, and they're unable to really go past that.
You should start with barrel 7.
I was gonna start with 6, I think,
Okay,
just to see what's stopping that.
sure.
Athletics, I'm guessing.
You can do a strength check if you want to, but
I think athletics is better than strength if you have a positive.
Probably if it's trained, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do the DCs would be different, Xian, but yeah. Go ahead and you can do whichever. If you can either do a strength check if you want, or you can do an athletics check.
All right. +1.
Okay. You're able to go up to it. You make an attempt. You kind of tweak your back a little bit, or maybe there's a bit of a footing issue, but you are able to lift it up. You can't get it cleanly, sort of over your head type of situation, but you're able to get it kind of up on your shoulder, and you can feel it's quite heavy. It's probably about maybe like 100 pounds. But you set it down kind of quickly, and then you're essentially tied for first place with everybody else at this point. You have an opportunity to try 7, 8, or 9, or 10.
Go straight to 11.
Pick up the 10 and the 1 at the same time.
I was gonna pick up 9 and 10 simultaneously. Yeah.
Oh God, no. She'll try. Yeah, we'll try 8. Sure.
Ooh,
Okay.
skipping 7.
Okay. Again, it's basically almost the identical situation, but now you're in first place, right? Where this was a struggle to get up, kind of slipped at first, but you were able to maintain your grip. This one, it's more about just getting it off the ground than it is about like lifting it up, any significant height. It's more of like a bear hug that you gave it and picked it up.
But it counts.
But it counts. Yes, you are currently in first place.
All right. I think my back is tweaked enough for now.
Okay.
I'll
Did
wait
you
and
say
see
that
if anybody else.
nobody's, that it's quite a bit of impressive. There's lots of cheers from the crowd. The man running this event is, astonished. You can tell that he grumbles a little bit says something about orcs or something like that. And then, is trying to goad you, seeing how much you've struggled up into this point, to go for number 10. Because if you can get number 10, there's bonus points associated with it. Because no one's ever been able to do it.
I'll wait and see if anybody else does it.
Okay. Anybody else want to participate in this one?
So
Yes,
the
of course.
person that said orcs, did he do it in like an insulting manner, or
It's more of like a, well, of course an orc's gonna win if they participate kind of way, right? Meaning that it's not so much insulting as it is a recognition of their unusual physical strength that they often um, have.
Exasperation.
Playing into the stereotype.
Yeah, essentially, right? Where it's like, oh, of course, another orc winner kind of deal, right? Where it's like, it was nice that 3 years ago we didn't have any orcs participating in this, to where some other people will get a chance to win, that kind of a thing. So,
well,
but he doesn't even call her, because are you a full orc or a half orc?
Full orc.
Okay.
So
He does
she
mention
picked
that maybe
up-
if somebody can lift 7, they'll be tied for, he mentioned something about, orcs have an unnatural advantage, and so, if anybody can lift 7, they're gonna be tied with you, essentially. So
That's racist.
it is.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty racist.
This is a very racist world. I'm going to look at the barrel that she just picked up, which was 8, right?
That is correct.
I'm gonna look at it for a little
Are you?
bit.
What's your strength score, Arcana?
17.
Wait, did you roll your character?
She rolled.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
17's not that.
That's
And
pretty good.
Strength or athletics, right?
Yes.
No, that's special.
I'm gonna grab the number 8 barrel. It's just like a barrel that you lift, right? It's not like an actual weightlifting bar.
Yeah. So you're gonna for you're gonna have to get down.
I want to
hug.
like bear hug it. Yeah.
Yep. That's what she did.
Okay.
And so
I'm
just
gonna
kind of
try and lift.
try and lift it. Oh, it's supposed to be to me.
Oh, it was to you.
No, it's not.
No, it wasn't. Why did it stop
I
rolling to
can
you?
definitely see that.
Because
I'll
Pouty's
just
made me
re-roll
change
it.
Yeah,
just
go ahead and
re-roll it.
re-roll it to me. Yep, that's fine. It's probably because Marge took it for a second. Oh.
No, you made me change it.
That's much better.
So you get down, and having seen Rakana struggle as much, you are preparing yourself to lift a weight of basically the immovable object, right? The rest of you are looking on, but kind of almost in a it's almost gotten to the point of being sad, where clearly Forrest just desperately wants to win something. And you see his face begin to redden, right? And the barrel has not moved at all, and you realize that he's not actually even attempted to pick it up yet. He's just trying to summon all of the strength that he possibly can in order to lift this thing. And he begins, you see his feet kind of begin to shake a little bit, and his legs shake, and his back shake. And again, the barrel has just not moved at all. And then all of a sudden, he's clearly overcompensated, and he's able to hoist it up, and it actually goes up and over his shoulder, and then back down behind him again, and it lands on his like Achilles a little bit, yeah.
Ow!
But it just enough to cause like a really nasty scrape. But then he kind of like looks around in surprise to everybody, and everybody's just kind of looking at him and with just utter shock and disbelief. And the man behind the that's running the event, goes up to him and hoists his hand up and is ready to declare him the winner. And then he realizes that he's actually part orc himself, and so he's just again a little dejected, but still clearly that Forrest is clearly the winner of this event currently.
Rakana will applaud.
And then pick up the next barrel.
Yep, she's going for 9.
Okay, let's have 9. Roll it up. Do you want to rate? This is so beautiful. Okay,
Oh, no.
all right. So Rakana, not to be outdone. Tell me what you do.
She's she makes a comment to Forrest. You've been training with Smokey, I guess.
The
And
little
then-
bear, the cub.
Yes, she's doing so many bears.
It's an insult.
And then she'll go up to the next barrel and kind of squat down, get her fingers underneath it, and then attempt to lift it.
You want to rage while you do this.
I could.
Do you actually gain anything from that?
Let me role play. Shut up, Shion.
It's called
It's
the
not
rule
all
of cool.
spreadsheets.
Called the rule of cool
Excuse me,
for a
Mr.
reason.
Game Master. I'm going to have a point of contention. No. Are
Yeah.
you raging?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you step up to the barrel.
Just a quick little thing before you
Yeah.
just begin.
Yes.
I see her start to I see like a vein pop out of her forehead or something, and I just
Sure.
lean to the nearest dude that's like next to me, and I'm like, oh, this is my favorite part. I love it when
Okay.
she does this.
And so you begin gripping this barrel, and you realize that your fingers have actually penetrated the wood of the barrel, right?
Mhm.
And you're digging in, and you feel a surge of adrenaline hit to where you're able to pick up 9 with just one hand, and then you decide, maybe against your better judgment, to grab 10 and hoist it up, and now you have 9 and 10 on both of your shoulders. And the crowd just completely erupts in an absolutely magnificent cheer. What would you like to do with these? You've got to hit some. You've got 6 seconds to hit something, be hit, or have these collapse on you. So,
Wait.
although is that how rage works in 2E, or is you like
No.
to do
That,
it until?
you're thinking 5e.
Oh, that's too bad. That would have been fun.
Juggle
Oh well.
'em. Juggle 'em.
You could. That might be a bit much, but
Can I climb up Rakana and sit on top of number 9?
Oh God.
Won't stop you.
well, right. She can't stop you currently. You could try and do. You could try. Sure.
Acrobatics check.
Oh boy. Okay, so as for some reason you see Danny come flying at you I'm assuming that you're not on the corgi while doing this and you're trying to
No.
just okay, and she begins like scrambling up your legs and it's kind of tickling to where you very quickly lose sort of the balance of them. Number 10 comes crashing to the floor, and go ahead and both of you give me reflex saves.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. So number 9 is teetering, and you lose your grip on it, Rakana, and Danny sees everybody kind of the time slows down as Danny looks up in horror, and she sees number 9 barrel coming crashing, like about to literally come right down on top of her. And the crowd gasps as they see the barrel slam to the ground where Danny once was.
Oh, can I try to do something while it's falling?
You did. That's what your reflex save was for.
No, I know, but
And
can
you
I
did
try
terribly.
punching it to move it out of the way?
No,
Aw.
because a moment later, when the dust clears, you see that Danny has miraculously managed to roll out of the way and does
She caught the barrel.
no, she definitely did catch the barrel, but she does deathfully avoid it from impacting her, landing on top of her, and she might just have a little bit of dust on her and whatnot.
Okay.
Danny crosses her arm and stomps her foot and goes, I wanted to give you extra points.
Or kind of sits down laughing, just like that was silly.
Okay. Does anybody else want to participate in any of the other challenges that are available?
Yeah, Gib also wants to try to lift the 7.
Okay, because
Right,
number 7 is that what you're trying?
Yeah, it's what he wants to start.
What was the
Feels
question? I'm
like
sorry.
this.
Was it Blizz or Lep that was talking there?
Oh, I just said I'm gonna go like grab some food and sit with Cal for a minute.
Okay. Okay. All right, Gib. So at this point, barrels 9 and 10 are, well, let's see. 10 is fine. Barrel 9 has been basically shattered to pieces, and you see that there's actually water and sandbags inside of 9.
Makes sense.
So which one you want to go up to 7? Is that right?
7, yes.
Okay.
What Gib wants to start with 7.
Okay. Okay. So to everybody's astonishment, Gib is able to go up to 7 and hoist it in the air relatively easily.
Gib did?
Gib did.
Danny just stands there and looks, and like her mouth is slightly open, and she's just like staring at him.
It's quite an impressive feat. People are kind of wondering whether or not he may have taken something in order to give him, this type of strength. But he lifts it very quickly and then sets it back down very quickly.
Gib
Then make a
purrs
big
at
show.
and it says yes, he had breakfast.
Right. Apparently it was Wheaties. So
Yeah, eat your Wheaties.
Rakana applauds him too.
Okay. I think you wasted that roll, buddy, but I guess we'll find out.
And with lifting 7, Gib is satisfied.
Okay, Gib is satisfied with lifting. Right, just to beat the humans. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so at this point, let's see. Rakana will be in first place. Forrest will be in second place. And Gib will be in third place.
Shouldn't I be in second? Shouldn't Gib be in second?
Why you? I thought
No,
Forrest.
I lifted 8.
Yeah, I thought Forrest did 8.
but he has the orc bonus. Or
he's a half orc.
I don't have any bonus.
So
have
he's
zero
a half orc,
bonuses.
and he was not. The Rakana has the negative to her, but since she picked up both 9 and 10, she's kind of seen as the de facto winner at this point, and that nobody's going to try. Certainly doesn't want to try and take that away from her as she's Also has advantage on intimidation rolls in this area for the rest of the day after that display of strength. So she'll be first. Yeah, Forrest will be second, and Gib will be third. 5, 3, and 1.
What games are left at this
So
point?
am I? Yeah. So am I at 4 points or am I at -1 points?
You're 4 points. I was joking about
Okay.
the
I
yeah.
just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So there's a balance beam contest, tug of war, and that's it.
Is tug of war?
I think
there
there
are
was
some
performance.
yes, I'm sorry. There's a balance beam, tug of war, just general talent / performance show, and then there's like the typical like axe or dagger throwing.
I think you also mentioned a sack race earlier.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, and the sack.
So can Gib go to try and do performance with some kind of smoke sticks and firecrackers or something like that?
Sure.
Question.
42.
Can I do the sack race where I'm riding the corgi, but the corgi has the front 2 paws in one sack and the back 2 paws in another sack?
These are bigger. These are like half human sacks. So both of you would fit in one sack.
Okay.
I'm not hearing a no.
You're,
You could certainly try.
yeah. Gib, you want to roll
Yeah, what kind of role?
That's a good question.
Can I do a crafting, or is it still performance?
No, I mean you've already made the stuff, right? So now it's like you're trying to do something with the stuff. So it's either going to be, if you're trying to juggle them or do something crazy like that, then we could be acrobatics, or you could just use, performance if you'd like to do performance. Okay. So juggling, is that what we landed on?
Apparently juggling, smoking, and correcting things. Yes.
Okay. All right. You get a round of applause. You're showing off skills that the rest of your team didn't know that you had. Essentially, you've got this, incredibly strong, and yet somehow amazingly acrobatic hobgoblin who's great at hiding himself as well.
We can tell people in the crowd he's a doctor too.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Just all the talent in one place. Well, I guess if Forrest is average, then somebody's got to be above average, right? So, anybody else for performance?
You said that was including the dagger throwing?
No, dagger throwing is a separate event, but yeah.
I wouldn't mind trying performance. Like, maybe I'm going to stand on the corgi's back and
I thought you tried this already with acrobatics.
No.
Oh no! When I told you it would be acrobatics, I think you said you were going to pass on it, but
yeah. I'll try it. I might not.
Worst that can happen is you roll a 1.
Yep.
And I have you break your back. Fine.
Ow.
5%
and the dog's back.
So, right, Danny gets up and somehow, it's crazy how often this happens, but is able to completely duplicate Gibbs' performance, but this time with the corgi instead of fire sticks. So,
she's
quite impressive.
The corgi.
She's juggling the corgi. That's the corgi's juggling her or something like that.
Oh.
No, she said that you wanted to do like backflips on the corgi's back. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she manages to do that excellently. I will give up trying to give Cadence opportunities to participate today, and we can move on to the knife throwing contest unless there's anybody else who wants to do this one.
Oh, Cadence is muted.
He is.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
He is.
Rip.
Cadence, wake up.
That's fine. We'll move on. So Blizz, did you want to do and Lep, you'd be able to do
I was gonna do the balance beam and the dagger throwing.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the dagger throwing then.
Yeah.
And give me an attack roll
And
that's
attack
dexterity
roll?
based. Yep. A
So,
dexterity, like a ranged attack roll.
So
can
like
just use
just
my
roll
bow.
my dagger then.
Yeah, if you've got a is your dagger like a finesse weapon? Or are you using your dex bonus as a plus to attack? So what you can do is just give me a dex roll, right? Where it's just okay.
Oh,
I just
That's-
use my bow.
Yep, that's perfect. Yep, that's fine.
without a bonus, just pure dex.
No, you can do it's +7, right? Yeah. So it's roll +7. So you can just do a roll and then add in
Oh, okay.
7.
I see what you mean.
Because you've got you got your proficiency. Well, I guess is your dex 18?
Yes.
Should I say that first? Okay. So yeah, +7 is fine.
So
What
just
was-
click
what was
on
that, Shion?
dex and then +7.
You could just click on Dex if it's just a Dex roll.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how is that possible?
Well, no,
Under
it only
ability
do
scores?
a +4 if you click on
Yeah,
dex.
you should have +3.
But he-
Either way, it's fine. You
Yeah, okay.
you rolled. It's the result is still quite good. So Daisy steps up and grabs 3 daggers and is able to get all 3 just pinpoint accuracy and forms almost like a little triangle in the bullseye, right? To where it's just like in the smallest section of the target. And the onlookers are all incredibly impressed with what is her race? Are you human?
Let's go with that.
Okay. All right. And so and people are clearly, happy about that. And you do a little bow and you're clearly in the lead at this point. Do you want to take a victory lap, or you just you're just throwing your daggers and walking away like mic drop style?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. All right. And there's some young women and boys come up to you and they're asking you how you did that and if you can teach them and that kind of stuff. Zaven, it sounded like you wanted to go.
Yeah, Gip has watched Daisy how
Sure.
she threw those daggers, and now he wants to try to.
Okay.
How do I whisper to you, by the way?
/W space, I think GM or something
GM.
like that.
Yeah,
GM.
/W space GM space your
Okay.
message.
Is this with a +7? No, so I need to add 2 to this. Okay. So Gib gets up and are you swaggering after your victory at the I do need to assign points. Both you and Danny get 5 points each for the performance. Are you swaggering after your win with the fire sticks? And you're close, I guess, 3rd place with the, or are you just trying to
No, I'm
concentrate?
just Gip is just
Okay.
curious and
Okay.
trying to figure
Sure.
out how to throw daggers.
Sure. So you're able to, you get, 1 in the second largest, and then you your second throw, it's just on the outside of that, and your 3rd throw misses the target completely. Got it. So the runner of this booth is just about ready to declare a winner when out from behind Damage's back, Queso comes again. He strolls up, picks up a dagger, throws it into the air, grabs it midair, and chucks it at the target. And it goes somehow, impossibly, in the center of the triangle that Daisy had thrown originally. Then he takes 2 daggers, throws them up in the air simultaneously, catches both of them in opposite hands, throws them again, and they end up on either side of the first dagger that he did, vaulting him into first place with 3 daggers being dead center at the target.
You just see this look of relief on my face because after the bullshit I had to deal with yesterday, this just makes me feel so much better. And I just walked
With the first roll above a
Redeeming
12.
himself for the
Now you want to hit targets. Okay.
Right, exactly. Lep hits the things when it matters. Blizz does it when, it's all for show. So, yeah, so he does a great job there. And so first place.
Okay, so
Forrest.
just give him a nod.
Yeah, Forrest starts golf clapping.
Okay. What was that, Lep?
Daisy's just gonna look at Queso and just give him a nod.
Okay. Okay. It's a little bit of a good, it's like a little Gimli Legolas back and forth going here, where it's, keeping
Toss
track of
me.
points and whatever. Yeah, toss me. Okay.
Danny is watching and asks the booth runner what the prize is for third place.
1 point.
1 point. Okay.
Yeah, currently, so right now, Queso's clearly in the lead. Lep is a very close second, and Gib is a respectable but distant third.
Danny is going to approach the booth owner and go, "Oh, this looks fun. This looks fun. This is my first ever big person festival, you know. I just want to try it all. Do you have anything more me-sized that I could throw?"
Yeah, so he kind of looks at you and he goes and gets some darts that are for the kids, and he encourages you to go to there's like a separate section, but he'll tell you that if you use those, there's no points associated with these. These are just so that way the kids can feel like they can participate. That's the best he's got.
Well, I want to try anyway. There's no point in not trying.
Okay. He hands you the 3 daggers, which are, quite sizable for you, more like short swords for the rest of the team. And there's a couple of kids have gathered around to watch, and he kind of takes his arms to either side and slowly pushes them back to make sure that you've got enough room in order to be able to do whatever it is that you're about to do.
Okay. I'm gonna wind myself up. Like,
Oh boy.
I'm getting ready to
Okay.
chuck this thing.
So when you say wind yourself up, are you literally doing circles, or are you doing big rotations with your arm? Like
No,
what?
I'm like holding it above my head.
Are you
Okay.
trying to throw with both hands?
That's what it sounds like. Okay. All right.
She's shock putting daggers.
More like X throwing.
Oh boy.
Damn it.
Yeah, so the first one goes long and you miss the target completely. The second one falls short because you overcompensated or undercompensated, I guess, whichever one it would be, and it kind of clangs to the bottom. And the third one you see goes right by it, and you think that you're able to call it a moral victory as you see a couple pieces of straw fall. You're not sure whether or not it was caused by the dagger actually making contact or just like the wind passing it by at an opportune time. So, yeah.
I'm gonna turn to the kids and do a really flourishing bow and say, "Well, you can't win them all, but
Sure.
you can at least try."
Right. Okay.
And then walk off with the crowd of children following me.
Sure. All right. Is there any other games that anybody would like to play?
Did anyone do the balancing beam?
I wanted to do that.
Yeah, I was
so.
gonna join for
Okay.
that one too.
Yeah, me too. Keep 2.
Okay.
I'm waiting for tug of war.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That'll be that's after that's I think I can. Yes, that'll be afternoon. So we'll
Is
do
Tug
that.
of War a team game?
Yes. Well, it can be, or it could be Rakana versus all of you. It's really
I was gonna
up to
say
her.
whoever's got Rakana on their team
is very likely to win.
Okay, so balance beam. Liz, Lep. It can be acrobatics or dexterity roll.
Oh, that's oof.
Oh boy. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Got a couple doozies here so far. Acrobatics or dexterity, your choice.
Just straight acrobatics, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be right back.
So the balance beam is brought out. It's about 3 feet off the ground. It's about 4 or 5 inches wide. And there's a set of stairs that goes up to be able to get on it. Daisy approaches, feeling slightly hurt and upset about the victory being snatched from her at the knife throwing contest, but still prideful. Approaches the balance beam, is able to wants to kind of judge how sturdy it is, and begins walking the length of it. About 3/4 of the way, there's a little wobble, and you think better of doing anything particularly fancy, and you just jump off. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Gib again approaches, feeling how confident are you feeling about your performance at the festival so far, Gib? Imagine quite
average.
confident.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
average.
Gip didn't win anything.
I see. Got it.
So-
All right, no problem. So, in a vain attempt to really wow the crowd and try and win some points for style, if nothing else, Gib approaches the balance beam, and at a full run, it trips on the way there and goes crashing into the stairs, destroying them.
Oh no.
And just kind of dusts himself off, and practices his hide and seek skills again to try and blend in with the crowd and walk away with as much pride intact as he possibly can. Once again, Queso appears from behind damage once again, and uses Damage's shoulders to vault onto the balance beams since the steps have been destroyed, and does 2 cartwheels on the balance beam, and then a double backflip to dismount, sealing his victory. So, and again, because only 3 people participated, Zaven's performance did earn him 3rd place. Daisy's will be 2nd, and Queso will be 1st. No, apparently, wait. No, go ahead. Apparently, that's what's about to be said when Daisy does approach again, riding the corgi. We're gonna do a little bit of flair here because your pride is a little hurt. You're going to attempt a mid-stride dismount onto the balance beam. Go, acrobatics, please.
Oh god. Wait. Me?
Nope. This is Danny.
Danny.
Riding.
Oh, I heard Daisy.
Yeah,
Yep.
he said Daisy. He meant.
Oh,
Danny.
sorry.
I
I didn't mean Danny.
It's like, why am I riding the dog?
Sorry.
Why is he gonna squish my dog? Like,
Right, sorry. And so, Queso's busy, collecting his points for 1st place. Daisy is preparing to get their points for 2nd place when Danny comes in, and it's very clear that the dismount did not happen exactly as she had hoped. And she kind of flops onto the balance beam, but because she's so small and the balance beam is meant for humans, she's able to regain her composure, do a couple little twirls, and make her way off. That puts her in second place, however, and Daisy will fall to third place. And poor Gib will just have splinters to show for his participation. With that,
I mean, it's basically a bridge for Danny, right?
right, exactly, right. Father Xantus steps up to the this area right here. I don't know what we call this, but the stage essentially, right? This is where the speeches were given earlier. It's right around noon. His acolytes begin to wheel a large covered wagon into the town square. And he begins to recount a short parable of how Desnia first fell to earth and was nursed back to health by a blind child whom she transformed into an immortal butterfly as a reward for her aid. They pull aside the wagon's cover, releasing the 1,000 children of Desnia, a furious storm of swallowtail butterflies that swarm into the air in a spiraling riot of color to a great cheer of the crowd. On for this? Hold on. I do not.
A single tear is going to drop down Forrest's face.
Okay.
At the sight of 1,000 butterflies.
Okay. All right. Throughout the rest of the day, children will futilely be chasing butterflies, never quite quick enough to catch them. Lunch is provided.
Butterflies with the kids.
Okay. Lunch is provided free at the expense of the Sandpoint Taverns. Each brings its best dishes. This event is as much a marketing event as it is an attempt to get new customers and to feed the crowd. Yeah, so there's, it becomes readily apparent quite quickly that the curry spice salmon of Amiko is going to be the winner. Is she's basically mobbed as soon as her cart, gets brought out. Her cart is basically emptied before any of the other ones are 25% of the way done. The hag's fish lobster chowder is quite stinky. But the white deer's peppercorn venison does have a nice aroma to those of you who like that kind of stuff.
How much is the venison? Or wait,
It's
no,
all
you
free.
said it was free, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's
I'm
all
gonna
free.
have some of the venison.
Okay.
Same for you.
And I'm gonna get a small portion for my dog.
I'm
Okay.
going to grab 2 and take 1 to Rakana.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab something to drink. If the people that would like to participate in the tug of war, please divide yourself into 2 groups, and I'll be back.
Oh boy.
Do you think he'd let
Uh-oh.
me use my corgi for the tug of war?
You are allowed to use anything that's at your disposal, and you can also bribe people with the points that you've earned up until this point.
Bribe people with points?
Danny is just super excited right now, and she's looking around at everyone and going, "What's this? What's this?"
It's food, Danny.
You
No,
can
that's
use anything at our disposal. But I think if I use shocking grasp on the rope and electrocute my opponents, that's probably not.
I somehow don't
Probably
You're
win
probably
cards
also
like
going
that.
to electrocute, your partners.
Yeah, but if everyone else but me is electrocuted, I can just pull the rope myself.
Fair.
Just reach down, grab a handful of sand and throw it at your enemies.
Pocket full of sand. Ah!
Pocket sand, go!
Sand.